Okay, so this is part 6 of learning new skills in a virtual environment using PowerShell and also Active Directory. We now have enabled it so that you can take files from the host and then pull them into the virtual environment. So let's go ahead and do our first PowerShell script that will interact with Active Directory. So you can open this up in Notepad. Just search for Notepad here. And you can put the code in here um, and save it as a .ps1 file in Notepad. So even though it's just Notepad, if you save it as a .ps1 file, it will make it a PowerShell script. And if you want, you can also make it in your virtual environment. So here we have our first PowerShell script that'll interact with Active Directory. And if we open it up, so it's new dash AD user space dash name space, and then in quotes, John Snow, and then another space, so dash Sam account name, and we'll have John Snow in parentheses here. Make that consistent. And then the user principal name will say John at mylab.local so that it's joined to our test domain here with our test environment. And then you'll just go ahead and save that and make sure that it's being saved as a .ps1 file. Okay. And to run this now, we'll right click and say run with PowerShell. And some information will flash up on the screen. And then you can go into Active Directory to test it and see if our first script worked to create a new AD user. So we'll go to Users and Computers. And then here under Active Directory, if you go down under your domain to the Users folder, you can find that user now. So it'll be here. So John Snow, so it created our user. And then if we go under domain users and look at members, we'll be able to see that new user here as well after running our AD script. All right, so that's your first PowerShell script, and you can kind of play around with, more ideas and how to interact with Active Directory using PowerShell. Okay, thanks. See you in the next part.